one started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Darnold from the gun. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He finds an opening past the 40. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
16 yards. But it brings up 3rd down.
Darnold on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Now they are going for it. Darnold forced out to his left. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Is a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Mostert. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Just Golden on the stop. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On the pickup.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
3rd down.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And will be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Then he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Marlon Mack.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
At the 28-yard line. A 12-yard gain on the play. And
they'll try and run for this with Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
31, Raheem Mostert.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mostert. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And it'll be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be 2nd down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's complete to Smith. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Mostert. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 31-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mostert. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. third down, Bridgewater. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And if you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
on the tackle.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 22, Bridgewater. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Packers 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
That catch good for only a couple.
On the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 41.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down.
Darnold on first down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
It's a gain of 8.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. That is Mack, draw play. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
He's across
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Samuel bringing in the slant. Inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 3-yard line.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The 6-yard line.
Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. That's complete, right around the 8. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Gostkowski for the point after. And it's no good. Well, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and is on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to somebody, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, Darnold going up top for Kupp. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Vikings 20, Packers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
Going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 14. Bridgewater to throw it this time. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Got the connection here to Bull. And now look at this. Big game. Turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Gardner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And the pass complete to Enunwa. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
6-yard pickup brings up
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Green Bay.
Darnold from the gun. Going up top for Kupp. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. He completes this one to Mack. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. Incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Hurts. Looking long for Thomas. And this is caught. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal. At the 2.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw, Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Intercepted.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the 15.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down right in midfield after a gain of only a couple.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. Brings up
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Bridgewater now from the 50. Got his target, Samuel. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
20-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point try for Gronkowski. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Vikings 27, Packers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Moore. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 32. 7. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
They said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
That's good.
That goes for a gain of 31. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
A 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.